Hey everyone, this is Frosty, and today I thought I'd talk to you about a bunch of random things. First is going to be a girly thing, so we're going to talk about some hair. As you can see, it's a little bit darker because I went downtown, got it done. I wanted to actually talk about when I had my blue and purple streaks. I had bleached my hair, and then I put in like a vegan, like it was supposed to be healthy, you know, a vegan blue and a vegan purple, but I would never do that. I was nervous about doing it in the beginning, and I realized I'm never going to bleach my hair ever, ever, ever again. It's just terrible for your hair. It takes out the moisture of it, like, it feels so good to have it done by somebody else and not bleach it because it's so soft. That's one thing I really try to go after in my hair, is to have it really soft. So I never blow dry my hair because that is also going to suck out the moisture and make your hair more brittle and dry. I don't know, I really care about my hair, so if you're out there bleaching and just don't, please. I don't know. If you want to, you can go ahead, but my recommendation is don't ever bleach your hair because it is just not good for it. Moving on, of course, I've got some StarCraft. I've been really trying to work on getting StarCraft out, though recently, all weekend long, I was at a cupping course. It was like a Chinese medicine thing, so I hadn't had any time to even play any games all weekend long. So at last I have a little bit of free time, even though I have to go to work today and tomorrow and the next day. I will try to fit in as much as I can. I'm going to work on StarCraft. The problem I've been having with StarCraft is, since I lost my SSD now hard drive, from basically not cleaning my computer. Clean your computer. It doesn't record on 1080. You know, it's just it's lagging. And I tried, what was it, 720, and it still was a little laggy. So I'm really trying to figure out how I'm going to go about recording my StarCraft, because I really want to give it to you guys in a nice quality. I do have my external hard drive, so maybe I'm going to think about recording it to the external hard drive. That's an option, right? But I haven't run away from StarCraft, so I know a lot of you have been like, you know, where's StarCraft? It is definitely coming, no worries. Though I do have like a ton on my plate right now of video games. Like I've got like StarCraft, I've got Guild Wars, I've got Intrusion 2, which I still have to make another playthrough of because I haven't had time. I want to play some more TF2, some Borderlands, and I just got Pokemon. That's just too many games. Like, I just have too many games to play. This happens so often. There's just too much to play. And I don't have the time that I want to take to play them all, so I kind of really have to pick and choose where I want to do. So I'm definitely going to go for level 80 in Guild Wars. I'm basically trying to do one level a day. I think that makes it easy, right? And I've decided to be a cook, a chef, so I can make awesome meals, which I really like, though holy moly, I have no space. Like, my whole bank is full on Guild Wars, and my whole inventory is full, unless I purchase like an extra bag slot with real money. I can do that, but I don't know if I really want to. I have actually spent probably about $20 extra on Guild Wars. What did I buy? Mostly die kits. I bought a bunch of keys to open up those chests. I'm not going to buy the keys again because it just adds stuff that you really don't want, like these transition things to turn you into like a bear or a hawk or something, which is cool, but then it takes up my inventory space. And when it takes up my inventory space, I get a little teed off. So I like the XPs up though. Those are good. But I've spent a ton on die kits because getting cool colors is really fun. What I got recently is Pokemon. I got this yesterday. I got Pokemon Black 2. Here it is. And it's actually black, which I think that's pretty awesome. I went to the store, I had no idea which one I was going to get. I was going to go based on the covers, and then the covers are basically the same. So I was like, oh, I guess I'll pick on which color I prefer, white or black. Well, I prefer black. And then I open it, and it's a black game. So then I'm like, oh, I wonder if the white would have been a white game. If you guys have got Pokemon White 2, is it white? Because, like, I wish I had gotten that one. Though this one matches my black DS, so you can't even tell that it's in there because it just matches so well. So I started playing some Pokemon last night. Gotta get my all Eevee army. Of course, you gotta pick a starter Pokemon, you know. I'm gonna have, you know, the Eevee thing is gonna be a while before I'm gonna be able to do that because I have to get a Ditto as well and breed and then level them all up. Yikes, that's going to be a lot of work. So I decided to pick my starter Pokemon, Oshawott. Oshawott, Oshawott. I watched the video. I watched the video on Oshawott, and I was just like, oh, I'm so picking Oshawott. The one, he's the water type, and he has like clams, or he has like a clam. Is it a clam or a shell? Some kind of shell. I guess it's a shell. He has like a shell on his body. I really like the level 2 evolution when he has like 2 little clams. I had watched a Pokemon recently where he was in it, so I was like, oh, I'm so going for Oshawott. Though that's not his name anymore. His name is now You Mad, because I thought I would just be pretty ridiculous with the names in this game. Hence, I decided to call myself Yo Bitch. And I think that worked actually really well, because the first basically line I got is, I'm at home, and my mom comes home in Pokemon World and says, yo bitch, I'm here, or yo bitch, you home? Something like that. It was just hilarious, so I think it's going to be a fun game to play. And I ended up naming another character that I think might be traveling with me sometimes. I'm not really sure. I named him Bleck, even though I don't really want him to be around me, like Bleck, because, you know, I'm just trying to have fun with this one. Before, I'd always name them cute names or something, but no. We're going so ridiculous this time, so I can have, like, much funny moments in this game as possible. And if you guys hadn't noticed, there's also a Pokemon PETA game that has come out alongside, I guess, Pokemon Black and White. Instead, they called it Pokemon Black and Blue to represent all the bruises those Pokemon get. Oh, those poor Pokemon who aren't even, like, they're not even real. So I'm kind of, like, disappointed that PETA would take the effort in making a Pokemon game. I'm just like, oh, come on. Ash loves Pikachu. He loves Pikachu. Okay, yes, they battle each other, which I actually had watched Pokemon 3 recently, and I was like, wow, this is pretty brutal. But you don't think about beating up your cat, or like having like one cat and one dog, and they're like, cat scratch, dog, bite. You know, you don't do that in real life. So I thought it was kind of a waste of time for Peter to do that. Though it does play out exactly like Pokemon when it's a one-on-one battle. Basically, you're the Pokemon fighting the trainers, and you have gashes and blood and bruises all over you, which I think is just a little bit much, PETA. Come on now. Come on. Let's focus on some real animals here. And then I got a treasure, and it ended up being a video about pigs, so I just exited that right away, because, you know, I myself I love animals, and if, like, with donations, I donate to animals, because well, some people can basically look out for themselves, but animals don't really have any say. So I'm totally like an animal activist in that sense. If we're talking about zoos, now I'm getting off on a track, but I'm going to keep going again. If we're talking about zoos, if they're bad or good, I would say they're fine. They're okay. They're not great. It is a great educational tool for people around the world. So, and I know the British... What is it? The British Zoo. I can't remember what it's called. Some British zoo in Britain. Like the London Zoo has actually done really well in like keeping species alive. Like, oh, the breeding programs are really good. Even though they are in captivity, a lot of them will actually release some into the wild. So I think that's pretty awesome. WWF, yeah. Even though I say WWF all the time, it always makes me think of that fighting show. I think they call it WWE now. Worldwide Wrestling Entertainment or something. But yeah, yes, I like the snow leopard the best, because I think they're awesome, and there's not many left, and they have such a long tail. Anyways, I'm getting totally off on track here. Okay, so we talked about some Pokemon, and I got my running shoes. I'm really excited to play. Woohoo! And then I've actually recently been listening to a lot of 007. How this came up, like when I say 007, I'm talking about 007 Goldeneye N64 music. It is just great. I love listening to it. It makes me feel like I'm in the game. How I started listening to this recently so often is because I was on Reddit/r/gaming. Somebody showed their Goldeneye watch. When, you know, you go to the pause screen, you have the red on the left and the blue on the right. You know, the blue is like your armor, and the red is your health, and they made it into a watch, which I guess you can get, and I totally want one, even though I don't like wearing watches, but man, if I wore that watch, every time I'd look down, I would be thinking of the music, and I would just totally feel like I'm in Goldeneye, and oh, that makes me feel so good. So yes, I've been listening to tons and tons of Goldeneye. So I actually even got to play some Goldeneye yesterday. I tore out the N64, hadn't played 007 in a little over 6 years, so I was a little bit terrible on my controls because I was like, I can't even remember which buttons are which. I kept trying to use A as shooting, but it makes sense that the back Z button is for shooting. Anyways, I thought I would tell you my favorite parts of 007. Okay, so from what I can remember, which is a lot, like I played 007 like crazy. Like there's not a single part in 007 that I can't remember because I just played levels over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like it was ridiculous how much I played GoldenEye. I'm kind of surprised my parents bought me a shooting game when I was so young. But oh, my absolute favorite part in GoldenEye is when you get the watch and you're in the train and you got a laser off the floor so that you can escape from the train when it blows up. Oh, it was so, I didn't play that part, which I should have played it last night, but that was my absolute favorite part. Like, you have no idea, I would just play this level over and over again so I could use the watch and laser the floor and get out and escape. Just lasering the floor with my watch was like my absolute favorite part. My second favorite part, which I didn't even realize until last night, was shooting the lab equipment. That is so fun, listening to the shatters of all the scientific equipment, and you really try to, what I always used to try to do is just shoot it with one bullet, no more than one bullet, because then it, then it kind of, two bullets kind of interrupt the sound a little bit. So just one bullet, oh, the sound is just amazing. That's such a great game. Beyond that, my also favorite parts were, there's this level, I can't remember what it's called, I can totally see it in my head. You'd have to go around and take pictures of this rocket. Now, maybe some of you would just take like one picture of the rocket, but literally I took 30 pictures of this rocket. You wouldn't have no idea. I'd go around every single angle, front, back, side, 45 degrees, every angle I could get, I would take a picture of this rocket, which I loved. And I got to shoot the guy in the head in the bathroom stall last night, so that was really exciting and fun. Plus placing bombs is always really fun as well. So yeah, if you haven't played Goldeneye in a bit and you've been really itching to play, I really suggest playing it because it was a lot of fun. Beyond that, I've actually last night I also played some Pokemon Stadium. Why I played Pokemon Stadium, I didn't own this game, but it's going to be in the Wii Olympics, the Winter Wii Olympics in January, so I gotta get my practice on. I gotta get more medals than I did last time. I only got like, I got the voters one, people vote, so I get to carry in like the torch next year. So yes, I've been practicing some Pokemon Stadium, which is so fun, because then it just makes me want to play Pokemon Snap, which is also a great game, and I'm just like, oh, please, please Wii U, come out with a Pokemon Snap, because that was a really fun game back then. I could just play Pokemon Snap right now. Let me snap those Pokemon. Yes, and that Pokemon PETA game, I'm going to leave the link below, of course, if you guys want to try it out. But it was also called Pokemon Black and Blue, Gotta Free 'Em All. Whatever. Besides that, though, I wanted to let you know that StarCraft 2 is coming on out. I haven't had the time to put, I haven't had really any time over this weekend. It was a long weekend, we had Thanksgiving, then I was at the course, and now I'm back at work, so I will have to find some time to fit in some games. But right now I'm finding time to make a video for you guys to tell you a bunch of fun things that I thought I would talk about. Besides, Game of Thrones, because I totally know, I didn't read the books, but I'm the kind of person that likes to know what happens in books. Like, a lot of times when I was younger, I'd kind of go to the back and read the last few pages to see what would happen. So, like, I know somebody who's reading it, or finished reading the books. So, throughout the whole course, I was just like, what's happened? What's going on? So, I'm really excited for next season. I'm really excited for the next 2 books to come out. I don't see that they're going to be coming out in time to consistently each year follow Game of Thrones on television, because this guy has taken a lot of time into making these books. I think I think one of the books, the last book, he said it would be out in like 2006, and then it came out in 2011 because he just has so much to put in. How is he going to fit this all in? I don't even know how it's all going to fit into just a one next season. Oh, there's so much exciting stuff happening. Anyways, that's it for you guys. I will be getting another Intrusion 2 out this week, and I think next week I have to dust my computer, so I thought I would just, you know, show you my computer setup and the inside of my computer. We'll go inside and out. Alright, that's it for today, guys, and I'll see you all very soon.